Let's start. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Leena Shah video show. बहुत बहुत स्वागत आपका. Welcome. खुश आमदीद बखैर अगले अहलन वसहलन मरहबा या हबीबी या हयाती या क़लबी. I am the one and only the Leena Shah. और मेरे साथ है the man you know or
Hi.
the man you want to know, Shehzad Shah.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Takes me a while just to get into the spirit.
We are in the spirit.
Absolutely.
So, Shehzad, how you been doing?
Very well. How is your Ramadan Mubarak?
Ramadan is going fantastic. That's great. I'm actually looking forward to a very special iftar tomorrow.
Acha, kidhar?
It's at my friend's place. It's at Noor's place.
Wow, am I invited?
Yes, you're invited. And
That's so
Noor
nice.
makes the best iftar. She does this. She has this tradition of doing it every year. She invites all her friends and she feeds them some really awesome iftar. Everything is scratch made, homemade, and all the chutneys are homemade. Everything is gonna be homemade.
Wow.
So it's like I'm gonna fast for 2 days. just to enjoy her iftar.
Noor, I hope you're watching, and wherever you are, where you're watching this, we're live from Houston, Texas. And of course, Mum, hopefully as well. Hi, Mum.
Hi,
How
hello,
are you?
Mom. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, and of course, you can see us live on YouTube, on Facebook, and several other platforms.
Yeah, Mom was actually telling me something. She's like, तुम किस शो की तैयारी कितने घंटे करते हो? इतना content कहाँ से आता है? I was like,
This is basically right before we go to sleep, I suppose. You know, I'm just in my room. I'm just like, whoa, okay, this. But I want to get into a routine whereby, like you said, I can do all my prep on the weekend. It's just that, you know, जो वो lightning जो strike है genius की, वो कभी नहीं पता कब आती है और कब चली जाती
that.
है. So there are things that I want to plan over the weekend, but there are things just say, Aj, I have so many things I want to talk about.
yeah, आज तो मैं चुप रहूंगी. I am going to be quiet today.
Not at all. In fact, I first want to talk about some of the Ramadan memories that you have. Bachpan se.
Bachpan se, I think the best Ramadan memory that I have from Bachpan is actually mom ke spring rolls.
How dare you steal my memory? That's my memory.
No. My memory is mom ke spring rolls. Your memory is mom putting shrimp in the spring rolls, smuggling shrimps in the spring rolls, and trying to feed you.
Dude.
So he was so, he hated shellfish and
Yeah.
fish of any kind.
Back in the day.
Yeah, as a kid growing
So
up.
now you can imagine how all of this trauma has manifested itself, I suppose, growing up. But spring rolls, eating those spring rolls, Yad Leena, I was like, what? I was like 14? Or bara spring rolls. Like, this is not just the thin, crispy spring rolls.
Yeah.
This is the gudalle, the big, soft.
I love the word gudalla.
Gudalla, that's one of our words as well, actually.
Yeah.
So this was the proper big spring rolls, not crispy, super soft. मैं तो पहले उसकी परत भी खा जाता था ना?
Yeah.
Like while mom is making the
crepe. The crepe.
The crepe, that's what you call
It's
it.
wrapped in a crepe.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
I think that would be the technical word for it.
Okay, cool. So mom used to while she was making that, I also used to just eat those.
Yeah.
And then when the final spring rolls was there, I was the one who invaded the kitchen at multiple times.
Right.
Post iftar, just for the spring rolls.
Yeah, and I remember I used to love the filling in the spring roll as well. Like the filling that she made, I used to just like, it's like, Mom, but you don't need to wrap it up. Just give me the filling.
Nice.
Just give me the filling.
I have so many memories with that, especially.
You know, Shehzad, like as an adult, I'm imagining myself in the kitchen.
I thought you were imagining yourself as an adult.
No.
No judgments here.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, okay. First, I'm going to imagine myself as an adult.
okay.
Then I'm going to imagine myself in the kitchen. And then I'm going to imagine myself in the kitchen with two menaces. Anything I cook before I can assemble it is half gone. Love you, Mom. Well, I love you, Mom. You have fed us some really awesome food.
It's still the case when Leena invites me for dinner. It's still the case. Yeah, I am the assistant chef in the sense that I stand by and I give terrible ideas to put ingredients inside that food, which is always denied, no matter which woman it is I am with. And from my mom to my sister to anyone. And of course, you just keep, you keep testing the ingredients just to make sure
Right.
that everything is in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he is one of those guys who not only wants it perfect on the dining table, but wants it perfect in the cooking pot as well.
Oh, yes. And coriander. You know me and coriander.
Dhariya.
We go back.
In the US, we call it cilantro.
Cilantro, yeah?
Yeah,
I discovered that.
Yeah, cilantro.
I see. No, hold on. That's an Italian accent you're doing.
No, it's like you do United States, so I tried to turn it into cilantro.
Well, that was like American Italian, kind of the New York American Italian.
Oh, the New York American Italian.
Yeah.
You know, going to Europe, I have some really interesting photos that I am actually playing on the screen right now. And this is how if lights, the Ramadan lights are actually lighting up in Frankfurt.
Wow.
That is just amazing. Like, how the whole place is lit. I think that, just like when Christmas time comes and there are lights everywhere, उसी तरीके से when Ramadan comes, Eid comes, now you are seeing that such a big diaspora of the Muslim community is in different parts of the world, and they are coming forward and they're celebrating and they're bringing out the lights, they're bringing out the festivities. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And there's London as well, and I believe this is Bond Street or Piccadilly. Yeah, and it's great to see as well, like people from all different cultures, all different religions.
Right.
Just coming together, just having smiles on their faces, So I think that's a very, very pretty thing. Having said that, I've also been around Christmas in London, and I would reckon it's probably one of the top 3 cities in the world to be in during that Christmas time. New York, possibly. I haven't been to New York over Christmas, but I have imagined New York to be probably the best place in the world when it comes to Christmas.
I haven't been in New York around Christmas time. I have seen it around Thanksgiving. I've seen the Thanksgiving parade. But yeah, London for sure. It's lit. Lit. All in caps. London is lit around Christmas time.
Just as it is right now, and it's great to see that
it's amazing. I'm actually loving these festivities that you are actually seeing. I think this is Oxford Circus and Oxford Street.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like broader. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And today, in fact, because we are a few days into Ramadan right now, there are a few things I'll be talking about in terms of cultures of Ramadan, for Ramadan from around the world as well.
Okay.
But also, speaking of memories, Leena, what I do remember, because we spent time in Saudi Arabia, then in Pakistan, then England. So that period in Pakistan, I remember कि सहरी के वक्त light jana. Oh, it's just like, can you not do this right now?
I don't
please?
remember that actually.
No, that was, but it was still beautiful because there was kind of a communal spirit about getting through it.
Right.
And it's basically the ritual that we're talking about, which is so important. Like we were talking about Gaza earlier. The fact that they can come together during this time and offer their prayers and offer fasting and observe Ramadan is a ritual that's holding the community, is making it stronger, if anything.
Right.
And this was a great community back in the day as well. Jab light jati thi, aftari ke waqt ya sehri ke waqt. And I was just like, the government, you don't have to do this right now. But speaking of which, I've also heard America mein bhi light jati hai.
Yes, we do have power outages. Here in Texas, we had a big power outage. That was when the winter storm Uri came, and I didn't have power for like 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is when you're living in Uptown? Uptown?
Galleria, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And not just that, it's like we do when there's like a crazy winter storm. That's when we get power outages because it's a huge load on the system, and we are having record breaking temperatures in the summer as well. So they tell you to conserve. You get messages, you get text messages. They want you to conserve energy. So there may be power outages at that time as well. But right now, ERCOT has actually come to a point where they have said that they do have enough power and they're prepared for situations like these.
Wonderful. So, I mean, basically, in the past, even though Texas is considered the energy capital of the United States of America, there have been 263 power outages across Texas since 2019, which which is basically the state which stands number one after California in
power
terms of number
outages?
of power outages.
Yeah.
And these are the two absolute powerhouses of the United States. It's California and it's Texas.
Right. So, but the thing is that when you're having like back when I was on radio, when you're having like crazy weather system, so the grid fails not because there's too much pressure on it, but because there's some kind of malfunction. Some wires have gone down, some trees have fallen on the wires and stuff like that. And many times the transmitter would go and then come back on, and then so it's all weather related actually. Yeah, it's but we do have enough power too.
Speaking of crazy weather, in Dubai as well, it's there have been flash flooding and there have been some crazy rains, I've heard, over the past weekend.
Oh wow.
And the thing with Dubai, the infrastructure is not built for rain. So even when you have a slight bit of rain, the puddles everywhere
Like
on the
slight
roads.
bit of rain, you mean bunda bandi?
I mean, yeah, a bit of bundabandi for like an hour or so, and thereabouts, you'd see some puddles because it's not built for that. I mean, if you go to Pakistan or you go to places within India as well, the infrastructure obviously is nowhere near the United States or Dubai, but those places, those gulliyan, those sadkein, they're built for torrential rainfall
Right,
as
right,
well.
right.
So, yeah, and wherever you are tuned in to us from across the world, make sure you holler, say hello, and tell us where you're at and what you're up to for Ramadan as well.
And stay prepared when the hurricane comes to Houston, because when it's raining 5-6 days, there are many streets that are flooded. Like the street that I used to live on when I was living near Galleria, it would just flood.
I see. Okay.
I know there was like a strip mall nearby. So many times after when I came back from work, I would park my car there and walk in the puddle to my apartment.
No way.
And then, when the water goes down, go and collect my car. So yeah, we know what it's like to have puddles.
Wow.
Yeah, no matter how many pictures of it you're gonna take, no one's gonna do anything about it. No one even cares. Lo tasveerein. Swim in it.
It's quite the opposite in the GCC. They're very, very controlling in terms of social media about the image of the country as well.
Uptight.
Perhaps, yeah, that could be a synonym for that.
Right.
But yes, you're not allowed to take pictures of puddles or anything like that, which is kind of showing the country in a negative light in any way.
Oh.
So, yeah, big time.
Wow.
Big time.
You know what? Talking about weather, I see there is this thing that you're going to talk about, which is what everyone is experiencing these days. You wake up with a little achoo, achoo, and a little over here and there. And then you have those itchy eyes. Today, when I was doing my live and I was doing my makeup, my left eye wouldn't just stop crying.
Sorry, you're live? Do we have a plug coming?
TikTok live.
I sense a plug.
Watch me on TikTok. Get ready every morning. If you don't follow me, you gotta follow me. It's the Leena Shah. You know how to spell that.
And also, yeah, Leena was saying earlier before the show that, yeah, she was having a bit of a hard time because of these allergies that have come in the month of March. Now, a lot of specialists in this field are saying that this year and for the last couple of years and for the coming years, it's going to be more intense than it's been in the past because of the climate change crisis as well.
Ouch.
So basically, it's an allergy. It's pollen from the flowers that actually goes out and is just literally everywhere. Me and Leena, right before the show, we were like...
Yeah. I like to say that this is nature making love.
Wow.
Enjoy it. Ouch!
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So suppose there's bird flu. I think to it would be great to think that this is nature making love. Does it not work in those conditions?
Was COVID also nature making love?
Well,
No,
it was nature doing something.
I think COVID was viruses making love. And they love to make love in our bodies. And they're promiscuous.
Ooh, 2000s proved that.
Oh, my
Absolutely.
So yeah, the allergy season has already started. It is very intense, and different allergy pills work for different people. Don't suffer. Go take help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like generally, what is the standard operating procedure? Is there an off the market?
Yes, off the counter, you'll get like so many out there. But which one actually works for you is different. But even if your allergies are still not going, so the allergy pills are basically called antihistamines. So because your body is producing a lot of histamine, that means it is considering all these things as foreign objects and irritating you. Move it from your eye. It's basically a little tiny pollen over here or inside your eye that's actually irritating it. And the body is like constantly, irritated because it's recognizing all that. If you want your body not to make so much histamine, one of the things you can do is always eat fresh food, because eating leftovers actually causes the body to produce a lot of histamine, and then you need a lot of antihistamines. So just go and Google it, what can I do? What kind of practices I can do to make sure that, my body doesn't produce a lot of histamine, do not have allergies. It's a whole lifestyle. Anyone can do it. You can do it too.
And I remember. Do you remember we lived in a house with 19 cats at one point?
No.
This-
They were not 19.
They went up to 19, Leena.
No, they went up to 34.
What? Really?
Yes.
I've been underselling my achievements
Yes.
all these years.
Yes, they were 34.
So it was Noma who was like the great grandmother.
Yeah.
She is the one who made generations and generations of kittens.
Noma did it all.
Yeah, Noma was and she got a bit moody in her old age as well, but we loved her regardless.
Yeah.
But I have an allergy with cats.
Yeah.
And do you remember my eyes always went red,
Right.
like without fail, all the time. But the thing is, I loved cats as well. And I was careless about, rubbing my eyes and stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like, it's such an Achilles heel for me to be allergic to something that I love so much. But I'm glad that it's not with dogs. Hey!
Yeah. I think that as I think as children we're more sensitive sometimes. As adults, we built over time that resistance and stuff. But yeah, I do remember Shehzad, no matter how allergic he's feeling, he's gonna pet those cats. He's gonna pet those cats.
34.
34.
Oh my.
At one point we're 34.
Oh my.
Yeah, and a big thumbs up to Didi and Apia for
Oh,
feeding
yeah.
them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they took care of them.
No, they did.
Yeah, and Pingu had something in his eye, and Apia actually went and put eye drops in Pingu's eye, and Pingu wasn't friendly.
Oh, bless.
She did that.
Bingu, I remember. Do you remember Bo?
Yes.
Bo was the best, wasn't he? Bo was a bad man.
Yeah, Bo was a legend. I wish we had pictures. Do we have pictures? I
not
think I
sure.
have a picture somewhere with Bo.
With Bo?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
Speaking of cats, a video of mine has gone viral
Yeah, I saw that.
since yesterday.
Yes, I have seen this.
So this is me after iftar.
Oh no, this is not you after iftar. This is
which
you
one?
right before iftar.
And after iftar as
No,
well.
this is you before iftar because the cat's hanging behind your back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And
It's just 2 rows up. This
Yeah.
is me after iftar.
yeah, this is Shehzad after iftar. Shehzad after iftar looks like this. This is how we are going to all look tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
This is how we're gonna be.
yeah, I went viral last night after iftar yesterday, and it's crazy.
Just sitting, food coma.
So we also do, like you've just seen, we do cute animal videos just to kind of raise the dopamine levels and whatnot as well. We also have a few other things we'd like to discuss, in fact,
Right.
especially about iftars from around the world. Now, what I'll be doing throughout Ramadan, off and on, is I'll be bringing in food from different cultures that is popular in that country, especially during the month of Ramadan.
Okay.
And today, shall we proceed?
Yeah.
Today we have something called. Oh, so this is basically. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is jalebi. Ah, this is not jalebi. This
It's
is
not jalebi?
No, this is not jalebi. This is in fact an Iranian dish called zulbia. Zoolbia, but it does very much resemble the jalebi. Now, given the fact that the Persian civilization,
Is older.
you can argue Mohenjo-daro and Harappa is older than that, but then again, were they making jalebis back in Mohenjo-daro? I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I think jalebis came with trade, with culture, with the development of civilizations. Now, this is basically the ingredients for this is saffron, yogurt, flour, baking powder, and
Oh,
then,
no. Hold it. Slow down. Slow down.
sorry, I wanted to get through this quickly.
Okay. Saffron?
You're not making this.
No, I just want to know what it would
Okay.
taste like. So.
Okay, saffron,
Okay.
saffron,
Uh-huh.
yogurt,
Uh-huh.
flour,
Uh-huh.
baking powder.
Uh-huh.
Once fried, it is quickly dunked into rose-scented sugar syrup.
Oh.
And it is also, so it's quite similar in terms of what jalebi texture is like.
Right.
But during Ramadan, in Iran especially, people usually pair this with bamia, which is a donut-like pastry. It's like churros,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
And with hot tea. Occasionally, they also combine this with other milky treats, for example, some milkshake, etc.
I know doodh jalebi.
There you go. So this is an absolute food coma you're
Okay.
talking about of the next level.
Wow.
Again, which came first, the zulbia or the jalebi? It might be one of those questions about the chicken and the egg. So I'm not really
I'm
sure.
actually so the Pakistani or the Indian version of jalebi does not have saffron in it. So I'm actually thinking, so if it went to Iran from the subcontinent, then the Iranians added the saffron to it, or if it came from Iran to the subcontinent, the people there took the saffron out.
They said, no, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
In Iran, all you have is carpets and cats and saffron.
Right.
So, but sorry, doubt our ends. I would imagine personally, despite being of Desi descent, I want to be realistic. I think it was maybe us who took this from the Persians.
Okay.
Maybe even I would guess and say this became popular during the Mughal period.
Right.
I would imagine. This
So-
is all guesswork.
So there are a lot of dishes. Like for example, you take halim. The origins go to Iran. I mean, I'm sure it came to Iran from somewhere, but we can trace it back there. And then nihari as well. You know, it's also in the Iranian culture as well.
We didn't invent the nihari, the nalli nihari.
No, we didn't. Maybe the nalli nihari. Maybe we invented the nalli nihari, but nihari, or we invented the maghaz nihari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why are we talking about food?
We're talking about food from around the world, but you just are going on and on and on.
Okay.
But please keep on. See, the thing with me is, I don't have a sweet tooth. I'm really lucky in life in that way. I've omitted white processed sugar from my life, literally. Unless maybe I have a couple of crisps or anything. जो आपको उसमें processed होता है, which is processed, ultra processed food. Kabhi kabar, yeah, there's sugar in there. But I don't have a sweet tooth. My problem is a savory tooth. So when I was talking about zulbia, about jalebi, I was normal. I was, reasonable man. But as soon as Leena started mentioning the nalli niharis and the halims, you saw the look in my eyes just change.
Yeah,
transform.
he started sweating already.
I have a savory tooth. I don't have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
But you like a bit of both, right?
I have a carb tooth.
Oh, right.
I have a sweet tooth, which is like the least of them. The carb tooth and the savory tooth is on the top.
Okay.
Yeah. The sweet tooth happens just, like once a month, twice a month or something like that.
And you know what? Speaking of, I actually did see. Mum is right. We do a lot of research for this show. Since we're going on this whole healthy routine of also encouraging and talking about healthy things, I found out Zulbia's nutritional facts.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So while we're at it, Zulbia, in 100 grams, you're looking at around 296 calories.
Wow.
And it is high on carbs.
Fats. Ask me, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's high on
I'll
carbs
just tell you.
and fats and sugar,
Yeah.
but is low on cholesterol. Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, it's deep fried.
Yeah.
I don't think it can be low on cholesterol.
नहीं अगर वो पकवान कुकिंग ऑयल लें नो कोलेस्ट्रॉल.
So, okay, so there is this cholesterol that you eat. But there is this cholesterol that your body produces. Cholesterol is a hormone that body produces as a result of eating too much carbs.
Oh.
So there is cholesterol in animal protein, in milk and meat, but then there's cholesterol that your body is going to produce. A lot of people who are vegetarians or who are vegans, how come they have cholesterol? It's because they have eaten too many carbs and they have in turn made cholesterol.
I feel my cholesterol rising right now as we speak, actually. Well, after all the sehri I've done last night.
Oh, you did sehri last
Oh,
night?
yeah.
Wow.
I managed to make it to the kitchen.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so next segment, Shehzad, that I got lined up today is I am a big lover of artificial intelligence. I'm a big believer of AI. When ChatGPT actually came out, I was going on and on and on about ChatGPT and AI on my show and to Farooq, and no one was paying any attention. And then finally, when it came and it just like swarmed the world and shocked it, it took like about Instagram took 5 years to get 100 million users. Okay. TikTok took like 14 months or 12 months. ChatGPT, 2 months. When it reached that threshold of 100 million users, that's when it like broke everything. So now, but at the same time, we also know that ChatGPT is powered by AI, and AI is being used to detect breast cancer 5 years earlier by just feeding them the data. AI is being used to discover, new species, on the bottom of the ocean. AI is being used, to help people. But then again, AI is being used to replace people in certain jobs as well. So we needed a regulation. We needed, regulations. And there was a summit that happened last year. Elon Musk was a part of it, but they didn't really come up with anything. But finally, we have the European Union come out with world's first major act to regulate AI. It has been passed by the European lawmakers. And not just that, are the tech giants ready for these regulations or not? No one is ready for it because AI is going forward unhindered. Like, you're seeing a lot of deep fakes. You're seeing a lot of content that is being generated by AI. It's not a human being, but there's no way to tell. One of the things that they were talking about is that agar koi video AI ne produce kiya hai, if this video has been produced by AI, then it needs to say it's an AI video. How to tell the difference between the work of a human and the work of a machine? The only way to tell it that the machine identifies itself, that yes, this is AI generated. And coming to this, it was Elon Musk who was like asking everybody to control AI. He actually invested with Sam Altman at OpenAI, and now he has sued Sam Altman for OpenAI. That he said that I invested my money in it for the betterment of human beings, but actually what is happening is that you are using it for profits. But now Sam Altman has found huge investors in UAE. They found, they had a UAE AI conference there last year. And Saudi Arabia has allowed itself to become the biggest experimental playground for AI.
Wow.
So these countries who want to tap into this boom of AI that's coming up. Now, what these regulations are going to be like, this is going to be very technical. So we'll just cover it just a little bit so we know what's happening. Because क्यों हमें ज़रूरत है जानने के लिए कि what these AI regulations are, because this will allow us to understand कि AI हमें किस किस तरीके से हमारी ज़िंदगी को alter कर रहा है, how AI is going to interfere, alter our lives. So we need to understand this. The Artificial Intelligence Act will address AI use in the public sector, law enforcement, and AI systems that interact with humans. जिसमें कि surveillance and generated deepfake content and facial recognition systems will have AI in it, but then they need to be, regulated. What if it gets hacked? What if someone taps into the system? You arrest like thousands of wrong people. Then also, there need to be laws when AI is going to be used in law enforcement, in education, in migration, product safety, and the administration of justice. And especially the users of high-risk AI tools will be required to complete rigorous risk assessments. Like these assessments are going to happen on a regular basis. Shehzad, the world is changing so fast. ये दुनिया इतनी तेजी से बदल रही है that even if we are running with it at its speed, if we are running alongside AI, if we as a human race are running alongside AI the way it's growing, trust me, we cannot keep up and we are already out of breath. So this is how fast it's growing. It's going to be everywhere. The other day on the show, we were talking about those AI voice scams. This is just the beginning of what's coming up in the future. So there are going to be a lot of penalties that they are going to enforce on these organizations, be it Amazon, be it Meta, or be it any law enforcement agency even, if they are going to breach the AI Act, and fines up to 30 million euros or 6% of the global profits, whichever is higher. That's going to be the fine on these organizations. Because at the end of the day, all these organizations are there to make money. That's it. And also, this was expected to pass in 2023. It still was not passed up until yesterday. And yesterday, this AI Regulation Act got passed. And finally, we have a body in this world. And thank God. I knew it was supposed to come from Europe. I knew it was going to come from Europe. आप देखिए हर थोड़े दिन बाद आपको न्यूज़ सुनाई देती है that Amazon has been fined, Meta has been fined, Instagram has been fined, Google has been fined, because they are protecting the people's rights. We have created a super machine which is going to be more powerful than us. Who's going to protect us? The other species didn't think of that, like the chickens. And what happens to them? They get slaughtered, 100,000s by the seconds. No. So if we don't protect ourselves, we're going to be like the chickens. Sorry, I got very emotional.
No.
I am very emotional about it. Because in our work even, the kind of work we do, Schehzad, we see it incorporated in everything. Transcribing,
making new logos,
video generation. So it's and this is just one part of it, like captions. It's like ChatGPT writes all my captions. I just tell it what kind of caption I need, and I tell it to make it witty.
And just so you know, myself, Schehzad, and Leena Shah, we are both AI. We're not really here.
Yeah.
So
we are actually sleeping.
Yeah, and getting ready for the iftar invitation tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy. Speaking of Elon Musk as well, sorry, no, I'd also love to carry on this conversation. That I do feel being a student of, say, the evolution and anthropology and the development and evolution of cultures and civilizations. Yes, I mean, AI is evolving way faster than we have evolved as a species. Way faster. I mean, it's just like a blink compared to a year.
Did he just call AI a species?
I did call AI a species.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
That was deep.
Yeah.
I sounded scholarly almost. Almost.
No, you just called AI a
A
species.
species. Let's think about that.
It's so interesting. It's like a moment of silence is needed. A moment of silence is needed to actually grasp it.
Or to accept it.
Accept it. Wow. AI is a species that we have created. Who is the Nikola Tesla of these times?
Elon Musk.
And he has been warning us about AI, actually. I really need to go deep into it because I do remember reading one of these predictions by Nikola Tesla. And this was in 1913 or 1903. And he predicted that communications between two people from one part of the world to the other part of the world is going to be so easy. It's going to happen on devices, and those devices will be strapped to the wrist of your hands. That's what he predicted. I want to meet someone who predicts what's going to happen 100 years from today. What's going to happen like 200 years from today.
Jim Morrison from 70s, which is like 50 years ago, slightly or thereabouts. Jim Morrison, the lead singer of The Doors, a classic rock band from back in the day, he predicted that I see the future of music not to be as a band. You know, you have a guitar, you got bass, you got drummer, you got vocals. That was the classic setup. But I imagine one person behind electronics handling everything that there is to do, which is exactly what a DJ is. It's just one person who has everything in their hands. So yeah, we need to find the Jim Morrison, the Nikolai Teslas of these days.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how you mentioned that because I went to an Ed Sheeran concert, and that's how he was there on stage by himself. And after every song, he would go and change his guitar.
He is immensely talented, though. I mean,
Right,
yeah.
right. And we have a video actually.
Oh, is this the SRK?
Yes. Oh my God. That is SRK
That is classic.
teaching Ed Sheeran. I love both of their outfits.
That is
actually
classic.
how to do the classic Shah Rukh Khan pose in Bollywood.
Wow.
I mean, I love it. I cannot stop watching it. I
Yeah.
want to watch it
Yeah,
again
it just
and again.
makes you smile, right?
Yeah. It's like so cool.
How was this Ed Sheeran concert you went to?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, wow. Wow. Like what Jim Morrison had actually predicted. I did not know he had predicted that. But standing there and watching him do that in his concert, I was like, wow, this is like a one-man show. And it was the entire stadium was filled up. and I think it was either at the Kauffman Stadium or the Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. That's where I did the concert, and oh my God, like everybody was crazy. There's just one person doing a live concert in front of you with just a guitar,
Yeah.
and he is surrounded with gadgets. That's super cool.
But for me, Ed Sheeran, even if it was just Ed with a guitar, he would still be amazing.
Okay.
For me, that's the difference. He's just so immensely talented as a person.
Right.
But then I look at other people who try to cover up. For example, they can't sing in sur. For that, you've got the auto tuner, and we've had huge, massive #1 hits with songs with just an auto tuner on it.
Right.
Now that is what Jim Morrison basically predicted as well. And yeah, baat kahan se? AI se baat aayi thi.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Elon Musk, SpaceX had the launch of Falcon 9 yesterday.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I'm yet to check the updates. Sorry, my story ends there, unfortunately.
Okay, so the next story that we have here, let's move on towards our next segment. And our next segment is wordplay.
No, actually, today we're not doing wordplay.
Oh.
Today we're going to talk about a dog,
Oh,
which is so surprising for me, right?
right. I mean, obviously, you're going to talk about the dog.
How are we doing for time, though, in terms of...
We're great. So this is a medal
so
for a dog.
The story of this dog, Leena, the dog's name was Juliana.
Okay.
It was a Great Dane.
Okay.
And it was awarded 2 Blue Cross medals for its bravery in war.
2 Blue Cross medals
That's correct.
for a dog.
For a dog.
Oh, dogs do get medals, right? Yeah.
Post World War One, in World War One, they only gave like medals to horses.
Okay.
But after World War One, they expanded this to other animals who risked their lives in conflict.
Wow.
Basically, what Juliana did, so she was at the house of her owners, and this was during 1941 or 2. This was the Blitz, where the German, the superior German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, was invading Britain. And it was dropping incendiary bombs. So these are the kind of bombs that first drop, and then they go off in a bit.
Okay.
So Juliana the dog, actually, there was a bomb that was dropped into the house where Juliana the dog was.
Okay.
Juliana took a wee-wee on the bomb.
Wee-wee?
She took a wee-wee. There's no other way to say this without being more crass. Juliana defused the bomb by doing a wee-wee on the bomb. The bomb is right there. She goes onto the bomb, she does her wee-wee, bomb is diffused.
So, okay, hold it.
That's when they say fact can be stranger than fiction.
So this dog is an army dog?
No, it's not an army dog.
It's just a house dog.
It's a house dog.
Okay, so, and there is a bomb. Okay, so these are the kind of bombs that don't explode on
Upon
contact.
impact, correct.
So you drop them and then they explode.
Correct.
So there was some time.
Yeah.
So this bomb was dropped in the house.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Juliana went over stood on top of this bomb and wee-weed, urinated on it.
Yes, thank you. That's the medical term for it.
Yeah, and urinated on it, and that diffused the bomb.
The bomb didn't go off. It was no good after Juliana's wee-wee. Juliana had the elixir that would end this conflict.
Oh my
Similarly,
God.
a second time in November 1994, she helped her owners escape after fire had taken hold of their shoe shop.
Okay.
She altered her master's family to the impending. She alerted to the impending danger. For this, she was awarded a second medal as well.
Wow.
And also recently, this medal was up for auction in England. This
Okay.
was sold for £1,100, which is not a lot, but at least it's something.
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's a great story.
So let me ask you this. So it was not a military dog.
Yeah.
So it did not have the training.
No.
Because military dogs are trained, like
Correct.
in military training. So it did not have military training. So Do you think that the dog was intuitive, or did it just decide to, just do it and it ended up defusing the bomb?
Well, if it was once, we could say it was a fluke. A second time, she saved the whole family from fire as well. That was
Oh.
during the war as well. So you make up your own mind, and you either call them an animal who doesn't think, or you think, no, this is a conscious being, and for some reason understands in a way that we don't, and we understand in a way that she doesn't. I suppose it's down to that. The sad thing was, she was poisoned, Lena. Someone left poison in the mailbox. And apparently she liked to go to the mailbox and just, see what's inside, etc. So I am thinking this was a German spy dog that came to put poison in this mailbox.
Uh,
I'm thinking of spy stories, but
why
this time
would
it's
someone
with dogs.
poison such a nice dog?
That's what I'm saying. It was the Germans. They took revenge.
Oh.
I'm talking about Nazi Germany. We love everyone equally as of now. I'm talking about Nazi Germany.
Okay.
But yeah, so she was poisoned. I don't know if that was intentional or someone just didn't like dogs and wanted to do it. But yeah, that was a sad end. But well done to Juliana.
Oh, wow.
And the Blue Cross medals that you've received
Oh, wow.
on your service.
On your service, absolutely. But you know what, Shehzad, I have a really scary thought here.
Oh my God.
Because I have just realized how intelligent a dog can be. And this has been like kind of like a scary thought for the last few years. And that scary thought is that a dog has around 500 million neurons
In the tip of the.
in the brain.
Okay.
Yeah. So about 500 million neurons, you can say, that's in a dog's or a cat's brain. So obviously it's the amount of neurons that, the complete circuit system that makes them so intelligent. And as human beings, we have about 135 billion neurons. So hence we are very superior and a very smart species. But did you know that in the gut, like in the gut, there are about 200 to 600 million neurons
For a dog or a human?
for a human gut?
I see.
So my realization was that this is a research that I came across, and they found out how many neurons are in the gut. And your gut is as smart as a dog or a cat. And then a few years later, they found out something more interesting, and which is that there is more communication going from the gut to the brain than from the brain to the gut.
Wow. Interesting.
So that was super scary that something as smart as a dog lives in my body.
Now that you put it that way.
That was really scary. I was like, oh, it has a mind of its own? I knew that.
I saw a picture of, in fact, the human neurological system without anything else. Just the neural system, basically.
wow.
All the nerves. So basically starting with the skull and with all the nerves just spread out like a cape. And this is without bones, without the skin, without anything.
Wow.
And we'll share that. I'll try to look for that. And so basically the caption was, this organism lives inside of you and controls everything you do. I was like, that's an interesting perspective. So this body is just like a host that this mind has hijacked and is basically controlling this host.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know that picture was kind of scary. I was like, wow, this is living inside of me.
Let me try to find it. I need to find it.
Yeah.
So what do I search for? Human neuron network?
Yes.
Let's see if we can find a picture.
Were you looking on Insta?
No, I'm just Googling it.
Oh.
So human neuron network. I see this. Something like this.
It was something like this.
Okay. So these are where the neurons. Oh, this one, the human neural network.
This is a nice one as well, but
Okay, something like this.
oh.
Okay, it's not showing up. Okay.
Okay,
Fine.
it's okay. But yeah, basically, it was just a kind of, you sit down and you think about it. You're like, wow, this is how it's working.
Yeah, I can see it now. So it's basically just the brain. So we think of the brain as just one little thing in the head.
But the brain is us. We are the brain.
Right.
We can dispute whether we are the soul and what the soul's role is within this beautiful thing we call the human experience that we have. But essentially, from a biological point of view, we are the brain. Like, if you change the body and you keep the head, it'll still be you. But if you change the head, then it's someone else. It's really very simple.
Very smartly put, Shehzad.
No, that's it.
Very
it's
smartly
really very
put.
simple.
Yeah, very smartly put.
Yeah. So, yeah, fascinating. Good.
Extremely fascinating. So next, I want to do the Gyan of the moment.
Of course.
So this is like my favorite segment. And every day, the Gyan of the moment teaches me something. And I share it with you all. So this is a very personal thing. It's not something that I research for the show. It's something that I learn. I try to learn. And I try to have it as a part of me and share it with you guys. So today's Gyan of the moment is by Khalil Gibran.
Oof.
And this is actually relationships. Yes, you can say that. Between what is said but not meant. Now he's drawing a line between two different conditions. Between what is said but not meant and meant but not said. Most of love is lost. So it's like there's a line in the middle, and on one side is it is said, but it's not meant. You said it, but you didn't mean it. And on the other side, you meant it, but you didn't say it. So between these two conditions of being human, most love is lost.
Wow, that's almost Rumi-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's Khalil Gibran. It's
Yeah.
Gibran-esque.
Yeah.
First.
Yes. Yeah. So
Wow.
I feel that, in relationships, if you're saying stuff that you don't mean, stop that. And if if you mean things, but you don't say them, stop that too. Say what you mean and mean what you say. So no love is lost.
Wow. So if you just kind of invert this,
Yeah.
that is basically the right way, where there's zero loss of energy.
Right.
Sorry, I'm looking at love as energy and efficiency.
As an efficient system.
And then
Yeah. And also, I think this has to work on both sides.
oh, of course.
It's not a one-way street.
Yeah.
Even if one person does their 100%, even that is just 50% of the whole equation, the whole game.
No.
So between what is said but not meant and what is meant but not said, most love is lost.
Wow.
The Gyan of the moment by
Drum
Khalil
roll.
Gibran. Yeah, we don't have a drum
Oh, we
roll.
don't have drum roll today. कौन से software पे आज जा रहे हैं?
Buzz.
Would you like to share this with the audience?
No!
Your trials and tribulations.
Oh my god. Oh my god. My trials and tribulations. But I think we will miss it when we find the answers. जब हमें जवाब मिल जाते हैं. जब हमें solutions मिल जाते हैं, when we find the answers, we miss the the seeking of answers. And then we go on for bigger problems because we love to seek.
So myself and Leena are really enjoying the problems we're having and addressing those problems in terms of the studio setup, the lights, the microphone, how to get it live. वो latency कितनी आ रही है, कितनी नहीं आ रही है. You know, there's
Yeah,
so many
yeah,
things
yeah.
that we've been figuring out together. And yeah, it's such great problems to have. It's such fun problems to have.
Right.
The other day, so we tried something new, and literally, just it's like after that, Leena was there sitting on the floor. I just went and I just lay down on the floor like this. It's like literally, this has brought us to the floor.
Yeah, that was. I think that that this thing is actually. I'm enjoying it a lot because it's bringing our bond to a very different level. So we are at the in right now co-creating something, and we are mindful like of every little thing. कि thumbnails का text, captions के text वो होना चाहिए, different होना चाहिए. Even small little stuff like that. Because I think we just don't only believe in creating. We don't only enjoy creating. We love excellence. We love something that is outclass and great quality and yeah, and we're gonna live up to our expectations. We are living up to our expectations.
Absolutely.
And you know, this is history in the making, Shehzad. I'm really loving it. Yeah, passion project. You called it that.
Labor of love.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And absolutely, we want to make it as good as possible as long as you support us. And I don't even believe in mediocrity, Leena. Mediocrity is for peasants. I believe in
Absolutely.
aristocracy, mate.
Wow.
But yes, but we need your support in this aristocratic setting we have here.
Just watch the show.
Yeah, just watch it, subscribe, like. You know, you want to say, you want to holla, you know, you could holla and tell us que kya ho raha hai and how is your Ramadan? Where are you in the world as well? We'd like to know all of that.
Shehzad, tell us about your tie.
Oh, yes. Today, so I would.
It's a very interesting tie.
Thank you. So it's got a bit of nature and flowers element to it. So because today I wanted to talk a bit about nature and whatnot as well.
Right.
And I just designed my new logo. Oh, let's do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's unveil the logo tomorrow.
Let's do that. Okay, the Dash Man.
Okay.
But I was posting when the night of the Oscars, when you were actually working on it, I did like do a little video.
Oh, yeah.
I missed the Oscar winners. So there's this little clip that said the name,
I see.
and I posted it so people are getting. I'm thinking of a lot of like product placement. I'm thinking about a strategy that's going to have product placement in it. But thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And what a wonderful honor and privilege to be with you on this munge, on this stage, on this mic, on this camera with you, Shehzad.
Likewise.
And exchange ideas with such a brilliant mind as yourself. It's such an amazing experience.
Thank you. Thank you. The feeling is absolutely mutual. And when are we back next? And how often is this show, Leena?
It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 p.m.
Houston time.
Yep.
And this is available as well on the YouTubes and the Facebooks as well. So
All over
if you
social
want to
media.
go back, check it out. And
Yep.
we've also started uploading some clips. So please do subscribe to us as well. And you'll be getting some of the clips in case you don't want to watch or you don't have time to watch the full show. That's coming up as well.
All right. Take care. Peace out.
See yous.
Bye.